everybody, Mr. Boma from Mr. Boma's Balloons, and in this video I'm going to be showing you the Millennium Falcon. For years, when people would ask me for a Star Wars balloon, I would be like, oh, I can make a lightsaber. So I decided I needed more Star Wars balloons, especially with The Force Awakens coming out in like 6 months. And so I came up with quite a few different Millennium Falcon designs, actually. This is kind of the middle range design. The easiest one is you just make like a 7 or 8 petal flower, and then you go around the outside, you make the 2 projections on the front and the cockpit on the side. And that's kind of what this looks like, but it's not a standard flower. This uses a different pattern for this center section. And so you're going to have to probably watch this video 3 or 4 times in order to learn that pattern. It's probably not something you're going to pick up the first time you do it. But honestly, once you learn it, it's not that difficult. Just keep at it and you'll get it. This takes, I'm using 1/60s. You could use 2/60s. It'll end up being much larger and you'll use a lot more balloons. But with 1/60s, this inner wheel part here, the flower part, takes just 2 1/60s if you get it just right. It may take you 3 1/60s for this inner wheel, and then another half to 2/3 of a 1/60 for the front projections. I'm using a 2/60 for the radar dish and for the cockpit. So that's one, it's actually about a half of a 2/60 there. And then I've got a 1/60 here in the back for the flames. You can add more details if you want, put a laser cannon on the top, whatever. But for quick and easy, but still more than just the basic design, this is kind of the happy medium that I've come up with. So one other thing is occasionally this front part here, these will not like to stay in place. They'll kind of spread apart and whatever. So to get them to stay pointing forward, you may need a little scrap of a clear 1/60, and you just put a little bubble right there to hold those in place. Okay, so grab your balloons and let's get started. Okay, so before we get started, I thought it might be helpful to look at the design a little bit. It looks like it's just a flower, but it's not. It actually has a thicker center than it has at the edges. It's thicker at the center than at the edges. And so there's a pattern that you're going to learn to make this. It may take you practicing several times before you really get the pattern. But once you get it, it's not that difficult. The other thing I wanted to point out is you see these spacers around the outside? Look at this one. This one is only about half of the size of the others. The others are all about the same. This one's smaller. So I just wanted to point that out to you as well. Okay, let's go ahead and get started. We're going to inflate a couple of gray 1/60s with about a 6 to 7 finger tail. So like that, 6 to 7 finger tail. And tie that, and I'm actually going to roll the knot down and see how much extra space that gave me there. And again, 6 to 7-ish finger tail. Tie it. And roll the knot. Okay. I'm going to start with a pinch twist in one of the balloons. I'm going to attach the other balloon. And if you wanted, you could actually tie the balloons together at the start. It's totally up to you. If you want to do that, you can. I'm going to make about a 2-finger bubble. Oh, sorry, I just bumped the camera. 2-finger bubble there. And then another nice juicy pinch twist. Okay. So this is going to be in the center. Take about a 4-ish finger bubble out of each. Try and get them even. Make a small pinch twist in one of the balloons. So we've got a triangle with a small pinch twist, one balloon coming out each direction. I'm going to make a small bubble, finger and a half, not quite 2 fingers. I'm going to make another small pinch twist. And now I want to match this bubble over here. So something like that. And wrap it into that pinch twist there. Make another one of these, like that. Hopefully that's about the same, maybe just a touch longer. Okay. Make another pinch twist. Small pinch twist. Now we're going to connect this back to there. So make about a 3-ish finger bubble. Okay, so this bubble should be larger than that bubble, almost twice as large. I'm going to catch it, and my pinch twist just died. Dang it! Oh! Okay. Catch that there. We'll hope that that doesn't keep deflating. So that one's going to end up being a little bit short, but it's okay. Okay. Flipping it over. Flipping it over, we're going to come back to the other pinch twist at the center on the other side. From there, and now back down to complete this section of the pattern. Okay, so now we've completed that section of the pattern. We've got 3 on one side, 3 on the other. Continue the pattern. 3-ish finger spacer, 2.5-ish really. Small pinch twist. Up to the center. Back out. Small pinch twist. 3-ish finger spacer. And back to the top. Okay. So that's what we have. We have one that's hanging off here that doesn't have anything connected to it yet, and that's fine. It's just how we want it. Okay. Continue the pattern going the other direction. 3-ish finger, small pinch twist, back to the top. Oh, that one came undone. Back out. Small pinch twist. Now be careful, don't connect to this one that's coming from the other side. We want to connect back to the one that we just made. Okay, and now flip it over and do the other side. I'm not really talking much through this. It's the same pattern that we've established, and so once you get the pattern, you get the pattern. It might take you a few times rewinding and trying again. Eventually you'll get it. You'll notice we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 on this side. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 on this side. Spacer bubble. You want to go up on the side that has 6. Not the side that has 7, the side that has 6. Okay, so the opposite side from the side that already had one. Now when we go back down, we're going to come down to this one that's already here. Attaching right there. Our spacer bubble. Attach to this one here. And this last little bit. Take us back to the top. And it should work out, hopefully, if you got your proportions right, you should end up with that exactly. Okay, so we've got 8 spokes on each side. You'll notice mine are not perfect. They're a little lopsided. That's okay. Not a big deal. That last one, my last one was quite a bit too long. Maybe I'll undo that and fix that one there. I'm actually gonna tie it here to keep it from expanding anymore. Okay, well, good enough. Okay, so this is our ship. Choose whichever side you think looks better and make that the top. So I think this side looks better. This is going to be the top of my ship. Take your next 160. Inflate it a little past halfway. We're not going to use all of this. Here's the little one that's going to be in the center. We're going to start off on either side. Doesn't matter which side. And I'm going to add another pinch twist at that joint right there where I'm connecting. And that's just to help hold this so that it sticks, so that it's not sticking off to the side, so that it's sticking out. Okay, so if this is the front of the ship here where this small one is, it'll help it stick that way instead of out like that. So just kind of eyeball it and figure out how long do you want this to be. How long do you want the projection out the front of the ship to be? And attach it. If you want, you can put a pinch twist out here at the nose. In fact, I usually do. I don't know why I didn't this time. I'm going to actually try and add one after the fact. It's not an easy thing to do. Alright. So there we go. I added a pinch twist there. Okay, we need to come across this small bubble here. So make another matching small bubble and twist into the pinch twist on the other side. Okay, so that one area right there ends up with double, while all the rest around here are singles. That one is double. Okay, and then match going the other way, or match this. So whoops. Something like that. And again, I'm going to add another pinch twist here. Okay, by positioning the pinch twist here, that helps push this here. By positioning the pinch twist on the outside, it helps push this forward. Okay. Now, if you want, you can make the cockpit right here out of this 160. I think it looks a little bit better out of 260. I think it's a little bit more proportional. So I'm going to break this off and tie it off. But I'm actually going to save this little bit. We're going to use a little portion of this. Okay, take your gray 260. You don't need much of this. And we're going to leave a long neck on this when we tie it. So like that. And now let's do a tulip twist. And a pinch twist. I'd prefer if that pinch twist were a little smaller. I'm going to split it. Okay, so like that, and then break off the rest. Woo! That one pop. Now take the 160 that you had, attach that, make a small bubble, and make like 3 pinch twists. 1, 2, 3, and break off the rest. Okay, so now this, with all that, those pinch twists, that's just going to be pressure fit into the slot right here. I'm just shoving it in there, and it's just going to be held in by the pressure of the balloons. Okay, with the rest of that 260, we are going to make the cockpit. Now you've got a choice. You can push the air down to the end, which is what I did in this other one, so that I'm right at the end of the balloon. So that's one way that you can do the cockpit, is just using the end of the balloon. The other thing that you can do is make the bubble for the length of the cockpit, however long you want the cockpit. I'm doing 2.5-ish fingers. Yeah, a little more than 2 fingers. Put a pinch twist or 2, and then pull the nozzle back, and see how that shapes that? It kind of squares it off. So that's going to be the front of our cockpit now. And then a small bubble here on the side, and this is going to get attached right here. If you want, you can actually break this off and tie it. And now that you've got this, that'll be easier to attach. Get everything positioned how you want it. And then we can draw the cockpit. It's a little bit easier drawing the cockpit on the end of a balloon, but we can still do it here. We're going to make a nice big round dot. We're going to go like this. And then do a second level. closer together. Okay, something like that. Alright, last thing we're going to do is add just one little detail, and that is using a blue 160, light blue. Not going to use much of this, so we're going to go across the back here. So attaching right here. Just jump from one pinch twist to the next. Two, three, and break it off. There it is. Millennium Falcon. You can add more details if you want. You can give it a laser cannon on top, whatever. That's all up to you. You can definitely make it bigger with 260s. So I would love to see your embellishments, see what you do with it. Hopefully you can get some use out of this with the new Star Wars movie coming out. And thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. And I will see you next time. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye. Hey, how you doing, Mr. Boma from Mr. Boma's Balloons here. How are my eyebrows? I'm coming to you live. I got the wow factor for you.